How's it going, YouTube? Oxy here, and welcome back. So today I'm going to be giving my thoughts and opinions on Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness. Saw it recently, and here I'm just going to be saying what I think. So, is the film good or not, right? That's the big question. So, in my opinion, I liked it. I actually had a really great time with it. And I guess disclaimer, this is coming from a non-MCU fan, or like former, I would say. Like, I'll be honest, like MCU in general always had issues with, like early on, look, I bought into the hype like everybody. My issue with them is just that a lot of their movies are very samey in the sense that they're just action comedies, and like, look, the stick gets old after a while, like it just same thing over and over. They all just kind of blend. That way, films that actually try to do something different, or give their characters a little more to do, like a la Winter Soldier, I like it. I can appreciate it more. And this film right here is one of those. Of course, directed by the GOAT himself, Sam Raimi, of Evil Dead fame. And also, of course, for Marvel fans, Raimi directed the 3 Tobey Maguire Spider-Man films, the best ones. So yeah, this genuinely got me excited. I was like, oh, I'm gonna check it out for Sam Raimi. And I also like Doctor Strange. I did enjoy the first film. And I liked him like as a comic book character because, of course, he deals with the magic side, the mystical, right? The occult. And I was like, okay, that's cool. And in this film, they do touch on that. So, basics, plot, right? Won't go into details, obviously. But essentially, there's a girl, America Chavez, and, she could travel through the multiverse. And Wanda, Scarlet Witch, is after her. She wants that power to essentially rule the multiverse, right? Or not rule it, but to be able to see her children. Because in, 616 reality, the main one, she lost her kids, right? Or, whatever. And, yeah, essentially she's just trying to get America's power to be able to control the multiverse and be everywhere, essentially. And America, ends up at 616, and our Doctor Strange has to help her, protect her from the Scarlet Witch. And yeah, that's the basic plot, and we go from there. Now, what did I like? So again, being Sam Raimi, this is the first horror, or film with some genuine horror themes, and I liked it. Now, look, I will say this. Again, the movie was PG-13, and it's a Disney movie, so we weren't going to get anything like, oh my god, it's scary. And I wasn't expecting that. But I know some people, seeing Sam Raimi and, like, his past are like, oh, this wasn't scary. And it's like, yeah, I don't think that was the point. Or at least it's like, it's Disney, bro. You knew they weren't going to go that far into it, right? They always have that casual market, as in the sense, like, they want to appeal to the lowest common denominator, so they're not going to go hard into one way, right? They try to please everybody. But I will say, for a PG-13 movie under Disney, it was good. I genuinely liked it, honestly. It's Raimi, so they have some good tricks and stuff. And, like, yeah, Scarlet Witch is genuinely a formidable foe. She is believable as, like, like she's after them. And, yeah, it's like, Elizabeth Olsen did a fantastic job. Like, seriously, it's really good. And can I say this? They actually kill people. And look, I know they kill monsters or stuff in other films, but in this one, people actually die. Characters die. There's, how can I say it? There's tension, right? There's actual, like, oh, like, they are not safe. Like, again, that's the issue I have with the MCU in general. A lot of the films, you're kind of like, oh, the good guys are invincible and nothing's going to happen to them. And with this one, it was believable. Of course, we always know the good guys always win, so you have that in the back of your mind, but at least in this film, you're able to suspend that more, right? Get more invested in the sense that, okay, they are in danger. And what can I say? The effects, so, like, I like it. Like, I loved, so, spoiler, minor spoilers. So, you've been warned, you know. Past this point, I may bring up something that, you know, you wanted to see for yourself, find out yourself. So, you've been warned, you know, go see the movie and come back. But, yeah, here we go. So, like, at the end of the film, Doctor Strange has to possess a dead him, and then, you know, like, it's to fight the Scarlet Witch because he's in another universe. So he has to do, like, dream walking, which I thought that was really cool. The whole, like, with the Darkhold and, like, the possession. Very, you know, Deadite vision, right? Where, like, it's like the camera's, like, following. But yeah, he, like, Doctor Strange performs, like, necromancy, and that was really cool. I'm seeing, like, the wraiths are, like, essentially, like, I guess, demons from hell, because they're talking about hell, like, oh, we'll drag you down for eternity. Like, that was really cool to see. That they mentioned Chthon, too, like, the temple where, you know, Wanda goes, right, to get her power, right, from the Darkhold. Wong, you know, the Sorcerer Supreme, name drops Chthon, like that he was the one that did it all. So it's like, okay, maybe that's a villain they could use in the future. And yeah, it was just cool. Like, I liked it. Like, again, it's Raimi, so he does a good job of, like, you know, the visuals and that sort of thing. And I like Doctor Strange. Again, Wanda was great. Wong was good too, you know, in the parts that they used him, he was good. But I guess some things I can say I didn't like were, like, so this is more me, right? But, like, the character of America Chavez herself, not the biggest fan of, right? It's like, okay, you can go anywhere. But I can say that the actress, maybe, I don't know, I just feel like if Benedict Cumberbatch, Elizabeth Olsen, like, everyone else is giving it their all, or, you know, you believe, like, okay, we're seeing these characters. This girl kind of just gave off, like, I don't know, like, not half-assing, but you get it. Like, I wasn't fully invested with her. So, there was that. And, I mean, the movie was making, like, relationship with her and Doctor Strange, what some people might say is, like, similar to Tony and Spider-Man. And then I'd be like, oh, are they trying to make Doctor Strange, like, Iron Man in a sense? Or, like, the new one, since obviously Robert Downey is gone, he's done. And it's like, I don't know. I mean, maybe, I guess, right? But again, the character just in itself, I'm not really too thrilled about. Like, I guess I would have preferred if it was just, like, Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange fighting for another reason, you know? I don't know. It's like a lady in distress type of thing. It's like, I'm good. One thing I will say, though, there was some awesome Easter eggs. So, I mean, hey, always a Bruce Campbell cameo. I liked it. I think it delivered, you know, always great to see him. You know, their friend, best buds till the end. So, always, you know, he is in there. We can confirm Bruce Campbell is in the movie. So, keep an eye out for him. But the one thing I will say, I did like the introduction of the Illuminati. Now, this was like a alternate reality version. I think it was 838. But we saw Professor X. Yes. You know, we saw him. That was really cool. Black Bolt. We actually got to see a proper Black Bolt. Of course, we remember Marvel had that failed ABC show Inhumans, but, you know, that didn't take off. But we saw Black Bolt. We saw alternate Captain Marvel and America. It's the, you know, the agent, the woman. And then Mr. Fantastic. And it was Jim from The Office himself. John Krasinski. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. But, you know, that came true. Because people are always like, if he didn't, because he didn't get to play Iron Man, they're like, he'd be a great Reed Richards. And he was. And, of course, they can bring him back. So, spoiler, they did die. And that's one, I love the film that they actually killed people. They actually gave, like, stakes in the film. you know, he did die, but they could always write it off as these are the alternate realities, so we could always see, you know, the Earth 616 version, or even a different universe, but they come into it, and that way you could tie in the Fantastic Four into the MCU. But yeah, that was really cool to see. Professor X too, really cool. Like, it was just awesome. But yeah, like, so I can say that. I can say that the film seemed to be polarizing to a lot of people. I genuinely liked it. So to give it 1 through 10, I would say I'd give it like an 8. I liked it. Coming from a, you know, former MCU fan, like, I don't really keep up with it. Don't watch the shows, that sort of thing. But I liked it. You know, just going into this, like, open mind, you know, no expectations. I came out enjoyed. And, you know, maybe that may surprise some of you. I think a lot of MCU fans might think it's like at middle of the road. To each their own, right? We all have our taste. But yeah, I think it's fun. And then the post-credits scene, you know, I already said it was a spoiler. They do tease Clea, played by Charlize Theron, so that'll be really cool to see. I was like, where's Clea at? And then we finally get that tease. So I'm like, okay, at least, you know, finally she's coming. And for those that don't know, Clea is Doctor Strange's assistant and love interest in the comics. So glad to see her finally being introduced. But yeah, guys, that's really it. Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. I liked it. Again, 8 out of 10 for me. I really enjoyed it. Really cool to see all the more supernatural stuff of Marvel. You know, hopefully maybe in the future we get Blade, Ghost Rider. See, something like that would be really cool. A Monster Squad movie, get Man-Thing. You get what I'm saying? Doctor Strange in there. Be pretty cool. You know, Marvel, get on that. I mean, hey, and I guess in the future, if they were rated R, that would be ideal, because then you could really go into the horror. But I don't know, Marvel, Disney, right, specifically, don't know if they'll do it. Maybe with more like lesser known, smaller projects, yeah, but with these big ones, probably not. But still, I think this movie was a step in the right direction. And hey, Disney, hopefully go deeper at it. But with that, guys, I make new videos every Tuesdays and Saturdays. And please be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good jazz. And as always, everyone, I've been your host, Oxy. Take care, and I'll see you next time.